Grand Rising, beautiful people. I hope everyone is well. This week, I took some time to do some more healing work. And trust me, sometimes I'm like, ugh, I'm so over it. But, this is all about the journey. And sometimes things will come up in our awareness for us to be present with, heal, and transmute. And this is what this channel is all about: healing ourselves, our past traumas, so that we can blossom into the beautiful people that we were meant to be. So today I just wanted to talk about not allowing our past traumas, betrayals, and hurts to affect the now, to affect the blessings that Spirit has given us, to affect all the wonderful, loving people who love us in our lives. And as you do the work, the internal work, you will notice that you will begin to attract people, places, things, what have you, in your life that resonate to this new frequency, into this new belief system that you have. But that doesn't mean that sometimes, let's say old patterns might not come up. That doesn't mean that old patterns won't come up, um, because it's scary, and I completely understand. Like me, for myself, I think I've come to the realization, and I'm continuing to heal every day, a fear of a deep level of intimacy because of all the betrayals that I've had in the past. And Spirit has blessed me with love, now in my life, after having done years of, just working on myself. And I was actually even so scared to choose this person and trust myself through it. But I couldn't deny it because I had so many signs that this was the right decision to make, because in the past, like, I failed miserably, like in terms of picking people because of the trauma. And that's what will happen. Like, we were raised in these families, and of course we're traumatized and we go through all these things. And then as we grow, in young adulthood or what have you, we pick, the same things that mirror to us our experiences. And of course, we don't know it at first. I mean, it's not like, we're born into these families and people give you a manual and say, hey, you're going to go throughout your life picking narcissists. That doesn't happen. So you find yourself in these situations, and you find out that you're in for a rude awakening, and it's painful. You're like, okay, well, I went through all this crap, growing up. Now I have to go through all this crap again. So I completely understand. It's a protective mechanism, because we had to do what we had to do to survive, close ourselves off to survive. And that's the ego's number one job, is to protect us and ultimately, keep us alive. So um, with that, as you begin to do the work, you will notice that you will begin to attract beauty. You know what I mean? But when you do that, don't allow the person or the things that you used to have to do to keep yourself safe sabotage those relationships and those blessings that are coming to you now, because that's not the same person that did all those horrible things to you. That's not the person who cheated on you, who lied to you, or who betrayed your trust. So you really have to bring yourself back into the present moment with what's really going on, and to make clarity of the situation, because the mind will try to pull us back into the past, will try to give us all these examples of why things are going to go bad. So with that, make a list, write it down. Write out all the things that has happened with this person that are good things. You know what I mean? Are they there for you? Are they present with you? How do they make you feel about yourself? Do they uplift you or do they put you down? If there is an issue, do they try to come to a resolve with you? Do they respect you? Do they inspire you? You know what I mean? So just write it down. Weigh out the pros and the cons and really give yourself evidence that can kind of make sense of the situation to say, hey, well, I'm feeling like this, but based on the evidence that I have, is that actually happening in this now moment? And, you know, you're going to have to face the way you feel. You're going to have to look at it and ask yourself a question, say, well, why do I feel like this? Why do I have a fear of intimacy? Why do I have the abandonment wound? Oh, why do I feel like I need to anxiously attach? You know what I mean? And your spirit will give you the answers. And also with asking questions, because a lot of times we want to assume things and we have this dialogue in our head and we run with it. So instead of assuming, one, of course, ask yourself the question and the universe will respond. Is this actually happening? Are they actually doing this? Is there actually their intention? But then also, have bravery and be willing to open the dialogue and ask the other person if you're feeling something. Say, hey, you know, I could be wrong in this, but this is what I'm feeling, and I wanted to check in with you to see you know, how you feel and is what I'm feeling actually happening with what your intention is in the situation. And if that person cares for you, they will give you their truth. You know what I mean? And that will also give you some clarity on that. And when you notice these things coming up in your mind, the negative thoughts that come up in your mind, because sometimes with change and when you're kind of shifting into a new paradigm, a new space of consciousness, a new frequency, the ego doesn't like change. It wants to stay where it feels comfortable. So sometimes you will be bombarded with thoughts and feelings like alert, 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 warning, warning, warning. Hey, remember what happened to us. In this moment, you just pull yourself back into the present again, you know what I mean? And look around you and you can ask yourself, hey, is what I'm thinking actually happening right now? And is what I'm thinking, can I compare it to what's happening right now? You know what I mean? And most likely, with having done the work, the answer will be it's not happening right now. It's just happening in my mind. So, whatever you have to do to bring yourself back into the present moment, you can do some tapping, look around, listen outside you and see, what's happening like right now. And I could listen to some birds chirping, my dog's over there laying down. You know what I mean? Just really try to focus on the breath and bring yourself back. And then proactively think of thoughts that can replace the thoughts that you're feeling. You know what I mean? And it may be overwhelming, but with time and practice, it will slowly and surely begin to get better. And that's what we have the power to do. We have the power to reprogram ourselves. We have the power to visualize ourselves being better with time and consistency. And, also give yourself a little bit grace. You know what I mean? Because, you know, it's not going to happen overnight, but it will happen. So you can do things like journaling, for example. You can do things like visualizing in your mind's eye how you actually want to be, how you actually want to show up, how you want the person to treat you. Words of affirmations, affirm, both written affirmations and words aloud that affirm how you want to be, how you want to see yourself, and also questions to the universe that says, why am I so beautiful? Why am I so loved? Why am I so accepted? Why do I feel so comfortable in my skin? Why am I so okay with connecting to others and those that I love? Why does this person love me so much? And so on and so on. Whatever it is that you want to bring into your reality, you can do that. And you will begin to slowly see it change. And when those challenges do arise, you will have the tools in your toolbox to bring you back to the present moment. Yeah, so don't try to change the external world from the outside. You can only change the external world from the inside. Because if you think about it, nothing is really real. You know what I mean? Like, this is the mind, and through sensory, touch, hearing, smell, all of those things. That is what's making the reality real. So you have to go within and change the internal world, and through the mind, which affects the emotions, to then affect the external world, because it's like causation, like cause and effect, like your mind, the thoughts that you think, the things that you're seeing, which then affects the feelings that you're feeling. If you're feeling anxious, or if you're feeling calm, and what emotion that you apply to it and how you see it then affects your external world. So with that, like I said before, you know what I mean, if you go inward and you change within yourself, and you become one within yourself, and then the things that you are, you begin to see that on the outside. So if you need to, like, I don't know, do a vision board, cut yourself out some pictures, close your eyes, just think about seeing a movie in your mind, you know what I mean? Stay there. Do it for at least 30 days. Even if you need to look in the mirror every day, look at yourself in the mirror every day and affirm to yourself that, hey, I love you, you're beautiful, you got this. You know what I mean? These are the tools that will begin to shift your world. And this is something that I'm continuously learning in my own life, because my desire is to just be fully present and be fully comfortable in my own skin, and confident in my own skin, and confident with allowing others and being intimate with others. So I hope that this helps. And I, of course, am sending you so much love and happy healing. Mwah.